Alright, welcome back, and now I'm going to tell you about standing meditation. In most Qigong systems, the standing meditation, or standing on stake, is one of the most integral exercises to be performed in order to create massive amounts of energy. Now, I've stood as long as an hour a day for many, many months. What I've found over the years is that there becomes a point of no return as far as standing meditations. It's probably about 20 minutes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a technique that you can use in order to start increasing your energy and getting it ramped up in a really powerful way. Now, I can tell you this right now, that you can go on YouTube, you can go everywhere, and you can find videos on standing meditation, and people are going to tell you all these weird things like you've got to have your feet a certain distance from your shoulders, you've got to have a certain posture, you've got to have your knees bent at a certain angle. That's crazy. Standing meditation is about flow patterns. It's about doing proper breathing and doing certain postures. However, your stance and different things like that, it really doesn't matter. Now, I will say this, the deeper you go in your stance, the more energy you are going to produce. But to say that if your legs are this far apart instead of this far apart, it's really not sensible. But people teach it because they were taught years and years and years of all this type of thing. Also, they talk about, around the tree. I'm going to show you a technique that's a little easier than that. Because the first thing about a standing meditation is when you first start, it's not that much fun. And when I first heard about a standing meditation, I was like, there is no way I'm going to be standing for any length of time. Maybe a minute or two. I eventually got up to where I was doing an hour a day. So things do change. So let me just show you the best way to do standing meditation is you're going to relax. Standing meditation, all meditation is about relaxing, not being stressed out, tensed out. And if you have to think about a specific posture and wondering if you're in that specific posture, there's no way you can relax. So get into a relaxed posture. If you like a wider stance, then get in a wider stance. If you like more of an upright stance, get in an upright stance. In the beginning, an upright stance is obviously going to be a lot easier. Sometimes you may get this level. You may get this wide. It's really up to you and what's comfortable for you. So you get your stance and you just kind of relax. Now there's a couple different postures I'm going to teach you. First one is just having your hands down. And when you're in a posture like this, now you're going to breathe, you're going to do belly breathing. As you inhale, your stomach goes out slightly. And as you exhale, it goes back in. So it's just relax breathing. That's all you have to do. Now, you have your hands down here. And you just relax. Close your eyes and relax. And what you want to do is you just want to feel your body, as much of it as you can, and you just want to see what that energy feels like. What does it feel like to you? I can feel tingling. I can lift my hands off the ground and pulse the chi into the ground. You may not be able to do that, but that's okay. And you just want to start out just like this. You can move your hands to the side if you want. In fact, as you move your hands, feel what the energy is like. Next thing you want to do is you want to do this type of pose. Now, this is called, some people call it embracing the tree. I don't call it that because the way I do it, you're really not embracing any kind of tree this way. I keep it closer to the chest because it's more comfortable. This is less comfortable. This is more comfortable. Plus, the concept that you're doing is you're running the chi up your legs and you're running it through your arms and you're running it in through the fingers going into one another. So one of the things that have been taught, and one of the things that we've taught a lot, is how to externalize the chi. Everyone wants to know how to actually chi manipulate and externalize chi outside of their body. It's one of the things that have been taught for years and years and years in the system. Now, what I want to do is I want to teach you a technique that you can do that's going to really enable you to externalize your chi better. If you know the concept of the chi palm test, if you saw my video on YouTube, you can see me bouncing the chi off of my palms, and that's a great technique to use. But this technique is going to be, as you're in a standing meditation, as you're feeling the energy, as you're getting relaxed into the energy, you bring the chi up from the legs, you send it out through the arms, through the fingers, and you just send that chi going back and forth through the fingers. But now what you're going to do is you're going to hold a palm up, and you're going to start pulsing the chi from one finger into the palm. And if your chi is strong enough, you can feel that. I can feel that pulsing into this palm. In fact, I can spin the chi. I can feel it spinning. And then I'm going to take my index finger. I'm going to take my middle finger. I'm going to take ring finger and then pinky. and do it. Then I'm going to switch and go to my right hand and do the exact opposite. Now you'll notice this is the very same pattern that I showed you on the blood washing. And then when I finish, I do it this way. Just the palm test. Now, the other thing you can do, if you really want to build a connection between one line, take one finger, either your index finger or your middle finger, not being rude, and what you're going to do is you're going to actually pulse the chi through just one finger. Just concentrate. You can stand for up to 5 minutes just with one finger. You're going to create a great amount of energy that's passing through this one particular joint area. And if you ever want to externalize in one particular spot, like putting out a candle flame or something like that, that's how you'll do it. In fact, that's how I learned how to do it. I did it with my index fingers as well as my middle fingers, and then I pointed it at the flame and got it to go out. Refer back to the Chi Power Plus course if you have that, or what have you, to understand a little bit more about that. But that's basically the standing meditation. Now, in the total system, you're going to learn certain flow patterns that allow the Chi to flow in a much better way. But just to get you started, like I said, this is a great stance. You can stand for up to 5, 10, 20 minutes just like this. You can also have the stance just like that. Very simple. And like I said in the beginning, you're going to notice that as you start standing, you might start shaking because the legs are not used to just standing in a posture. And also, as I mentioned, if you really want to get a good, better workout and strength from it, is go lower in the stance. The lower you go in the stance, obviously, the more chi is going to be produced because it is a little bit more of a tension. It's really strange because it's relaxation in a tense situation. So you try to relax as much as you can under tense circumstances, which is your legs in a situation that normally would cause you to not be relaxed. As you do this over and over again, as you do the standing meditation on a daily basis, you start to increase your chi. You increase a lot of chi, and it really starts to feel really good to do the standing meditation. You get a lot of really cool effects from doing it. Here's one key that I'll leave you with. If you're doing standing meditations right now, the maximum amount of time you really need to do is 20 minutes. I know there are individuals that will stand for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour, but what we found over the years is that after about 20 minutes, you're really not doing that much more. You're better off adding another exercise into your workout. Otherwise, you're going to be working out for a tremendous amount of time per day. Do the standing meditation in the mornings or in the afternoon. The more late you do it in the evening, the more energy it's going to build up. You may have a harder time going to sleep if you do a standing meditation at night. That being said, try all of these meditations at different times during the day so you can feel the effects. You're going to feel a different effect on every one of the exercises that I've showed you in the morning. You're going to find a different effect in the afternoon, and you're going to find certainly a different effect in the evening. Try these techniques out, and I think what you're going to find is that they will absolutely